Leo works as a niche business consulting firm where we connect money to opportunity. For the startup, there's instant money being sent within 30 days. We have about 8 VC partners across India. But for us to show them 5 opportunities, we go over about 300 opportunities. We have 102 members who are industry leaders, business veterans with a combined net worth of over 25,000 crores. Our motto is to become the trusted partner in your wealth creation journey.
Welcome to this episode of Founder Talk Show, the show where 1 lakh audience of mystartuptv get to meet with some of the most brilliant founders. Hello, I'm majorsunilshetty, your host today. Let me start the introduction of today's guest with a small heads up. He is a founder, an angel investor and cricket enthusiast, and a very young leader who has gone on to become a motivator to budding leaders. My guest today is Mohnish Yerra, founder of Leaders for India organization, also known as Leo. Welcome Mohnish, welcome to the show.
Hello Major Sunil, I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, for the people out there, let's demystify who Mohnish is all about. So tell us about yourself.
Absolutely. I just turned 29 3 days ago. I did my undergraduation in the US.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I did my schooling here in Hyderabad. I'm a complete Hyderabad boy. Finished my undergraduation in the US at Purdue University. Worked on at a Fortune 500 in manufacturing for 4.5 years, based in California. Then did my MBA from Europe, Spain, and moved back here to India with a strong motivation and enthusiasm to start something of my own. And that's how Leaders for India organization started. It's a business community which connects money to opportunity. Our motto is to become the trusted partner in your wealth creation journey. And we specialize in any sort of traditional business opportunities, startup equity opportunities, project-based funding opportunities, where we're able to create a win-win not only for the investor but also for the startup/business owner.
You're also a cricket enthusiast,
yes.
Right? So tell us about that part of the sports side of
Sure.
Mohnish.
I started playing cricket at a very young age. I played for the school cricket team, was a captain of the school cricket team, then played at the university level, then I played leagues in California. I think any sportsman or an athlete, any sort of sports like cricket, basketball, badminton, they teach you a lot about punctuality, dedication towards the sport, team building, listening to your coach/mentor, and it gives you a sense of respect to your opponents but also to your teammates. So during this journey of mine, I've realized cricket to be a great stress buster, but also at the same time we're able to unite people of different backgrounds, share the same platform and work towards a single goal. So I'm a huge admirer of the sport. I play it regularly and I believe that it's a propellant in unlocking different business opportunities, because I think in today's generation a lot of us believe more in the execution part of it rather than sharing ideas. I believe in today's generation, between our friends and other members of Leo, it takes us 5 to 10 minutes to blow through different topics like sports, politics and movies. I think all of us are more interested in knowing what is their business doing, how can we help each other out, what is your top line, what is your bottom line, what are the best practices in the industry. So it's become a great networking platform, I would say.
As a sports person, cricketer and as an entrepreneur, there are a lot, people say you can learn a lot from sports and apply that to entrepreneurship, and 3 things or 4 things that you picked from sport that you applied to entrepreneurship.
I think the first and foremost would be team spirit and team building. I think when you're working towards a common goal with a group of friends or a group of allies, you have that shared interest which can take you a long way. Second is punctuality, catered towards the common interest or achieving a big task, cutting it down into smaller tasks and finishing them properly. Third is mentoring, listening to your coach. The fourth is, of course, having that innate drive and passion to succeed. I think these are a few things I would single out that sports persons have, which sets them apart from the normal crowd.
Coming to your journey as an international student, when you went to US and you pursued your industrial engineering. So how much that part of your journey is helping you in your current position as a founder of Leo. What is that you brought in from there that you are able to use today or leverage today in your entrepreneurial journey?
The first and foremost is the fact that when you're there abroad, the onus is on you to perform because you're paying such a big fees to the university. And more importantly, another factor is the exposure level there's major are so different and so unique. I think you're transported to a completely different world on its own. I think a few experiences that I can share is I've spoken to someone in my team who's actually worked on the political campaign of Barack Obama. The person who handles the finances of Colombia's fourth largest power plant producer, and the largest bank in France, their lineage. And when you're exposed to people of such diverse backgrounds and such unique forms of upbringing, I think it sort of expands your own thought horizons to new ideas and accepting new realities. So I think that is the most important thing you would take away, and you would realize that there is no glass ceiling. The whole world is your oyster, and if there is an idea, it's all about putting the right team together and executing.
So how did the whole idea about Leo and why did it come about?
Leo is not something that happened overnight. Back in 2014, it was me and a couple of friends. We were trying to think about how we can leverage our businesses to make the maximum output. So for example, my family owns education institutions here in Hyderabad, and one thing that we were having as our Achilles heel was the transport. So we have 180 buses. So one of my other good friends who owns a large transport company based out of Hyderabad, they have about 2,500 vehicles. He pitched the idea to me saying, why don't you outsource transport management to us and we'll take care of the diesel, the route settings, making sure that the insurance on each bus is there, all the drivers have their driver's license renewed and other things. That seemed like a great idea because something that was our weakness was a strength for my friend, and we were looking for ways how we can synergize. So that's how the idea struck, and then I ideated on it a lot. I started thinking, what is that one factor that can bring the entire community together? Was it cars? Maybe not. Was it cricket? Maybe not. But we realized that business was that one joining factor where everyone was interested to come together on the same platform and explore these synergies. So that's how the idea sort of began. That's the inception of the idea. And as of today, where we are with Leaders for India organization is we have 102 members who are industry leaders, business veterans, and experts in their field, with a combined net worth of over 25,000 crores. And in the last year and a half, we facilitated 20 crores for 16 different business opportunities. So Leo works as a niche business consulting firm where we connect money to opportunity, and we're also helping people synergize their businesses.
Does the money come from within the members, or is it the members or your investors, and then that gets to businesses outside the organization?
Members directly investing into the companies or business opportunities themselves, where Leo is that vehicle or a facilitator where we are doing our due diligence on the companies. We are setting up the special purpose vehicles for people to invest in, and we are making sure that the investors' interests are protected, the shareholders' interests are protected, and we are able to add our strategic value through the members' businesses or our own strategies and investment team, where we're propelling the valuation of each company, and then we're also getting a manufactured exit. So if we are doing this as a cohort, the advantage to the startup or business owner is that he doesn't have to knock on 100 different doors to raise funding or to market his idea. He can just come to a business community like Leo. We'll groom them, make sure that their pitch deck has the business plan, the financial modeling, the projections, the GTM strategy. And after we are able to source 1 or 2 investors from our network itself, then we put them in front of the entire community. And whoever is interested at that point can get into the company immediately. So for the startup, there's instant money being sent within 30 days. We do a blitz due diligence. We also partner with venture capital funds. We have about 8 VC partners across India who confirm that they will be doing the next in line investing. So we specialize in pre-series A and bridge round funding. And on the other end of it, for the investors, they are able to make sure that their interests are protected. We're able to get a good exit for them. Their return on investment is already there, and they're getting at a competitive market price to get into the startup. So they don't have to worry about the due diligence and other aspects of it. So we take care of all that.
For the investor out there who would be hearing this and say, hey, how do I become member of
Yes.
Leo?
Yes.
How does that
So main criterion internally that we keep discussing is the FIB criteria, the fire in the belly criteria. So there is no geography restriction, there is no net worth restriction, there is no company or business restriction. The only thing we tell them is you have to add value to the community, you have to take value from the community. And as an investor, or just to be a part of the networking events that we keep hosting. And the minimum investment that we suggest each member to do is 5 lakhs in one opportunity. That way they're at least parking their eggs in different baskets, and there is a diversification to their portfolio.
How do you spread the risk? I mean, like in mutual fund.
Yes.
Let me bring that up.
Yes.
So when you invest in one fund,
yes,
it gets, maybe hundreds of people are investing in that one particular fund,
right,
and the money gets then distributed across
correct,
the board, right?
Correct.
So this way what's happening is you may enter at different time,
correct,
right? There's an NAV for it,
correct,
and then you are spreading your risk.
Correct.
So is that something you do, or it is I give 5 lakhs and that gets parked into one?
So that's a great question, Major. Let me answer that. So there are two types of what people do. So there is also our wealth management wing, where people just transfer the funds to us and we manage it on their behalf. So today in this method we're managing about 9 crores and 5 lakhs in total. That is one way where people send money to us and we adjust every month where that money should be going, and we diversify the portfolio. When a person becomes a member of Leo, the first opportunity that becomes available to them is this option where we tell them to invest at least 5 lakhs in one opportunity. So in any one startup or any one business, we ask them to invest 5 lakhs. It is up to them if they want to do 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs or 25 lakhs. We'll sit down with them and we'll understand what their risk appetite is, how much money they can generate every year, and we'll show them 5 opportunities. But for us to show them 5 opportunities, we go over about 300 opportunities. So the opportunities which are presented to the members, it's already curated based on the market scenario, based on our risk appetite, based on which level of funding that company is, how the founder is doing, how their go-to-market strategy is, and we let the investors also know that this is how we anticipate this company to grow in the next 3 to 5 years. So whether you want to do 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs or 25 lakhs, that's completely up to you. We have had members who have started off with 5 lakhs. We've had members who are doing 25 lakhs checks on average, 50 lakhs. We have members doing 1.5 crore also. So it all depends on that member's interest, that member's liquidity at that time, and also their belief in that particular industry where they're putting the money in.
As an organization, is it limited to only startups and MSMEs, or it also includes market exposure to the stock market?
So we do have a program for the stock market as well, but there we actually take it through our wealth management wing. But the speciality of Leo, or the niche of Leo, is in having startups, SMMEs, even large business organizations. Even the biggest of unicorns today might have that one C-level executive who wants to exit and sell his block of shares. So that's where we specialize in. We connect those privately held shares to our investors, where they can get the share certificate and everything transferred. And also in other project-based financing, which means in media and entertainment. Like I believe movies are a great opportunity for people. I think movies like a startup, and the director is like the founder of the company. The producer becomes an investor, and the script is sort of your business plan. He actually goes out, that's where you know whether the product is working or not. And it's also a very, very quick startup in and exit, because you know within the first, in the morning show, you know whether the movie is going to do well or not. And with other revenue channels like OTT, satellite, remake rights, multiple platforms to make sure that the money is coming back as well. In fact, we recently did a particular transaction in the movie industry as well. We're very, very happy with the result. The movie actually released on November 3rd, where me and another Leo member produced 55% of the movie cost. If anyone wants to start with 5 lakhs, if you're able to aggregate maybe 20 investors, we have our 1 crore, and we can actually do a quick short film and release it on one of the OTT platforms with minimal risk.
Now coming to the investment environment itself,
yes,
what is your take at this point in time for specifically startups? How does it look?
I think that's a great question, Major. I think from where I'm operating from, there are two ways to look at it. It's a double-edged sword. Of course, the first one is we used to hear a term called a revenue multiple, where many startups were, if they have X revenue, they were doing 30X and 40X on the revenue and getting funding. This was during the COVID era, a little before COVID era. But right now, we are experiencing a funding winter. The VCs or angel investors, it's not as free-flowing. The checks are not as free-flowing as they were in the past. But at the same time, this being one end of it, the other end of it, in my opinion, is a glass half full mentality, where we see there are some amazing startups with some amazing founders, great experience, great team, which are available at a discounted valuation today.
So that's where the opportunity
That's
is.
where the opportunity is, right? So we have to become greedy when people are fearful, as Warren Buffett has mentioned, and we have to capitalize on these opportunities, which Leo is doing full-fledged.
For a founder, startup founders, if they have to reach out to you, to Leo, and ask for funding, what's the way to go forward?
So the best way would be to apply on our website. So on our website, we have two specific links. The first is become a member. So once they fill out the form and send it to us, one of our personnel will reach out to them within 48 hours and understand their investment needs and share details on the membership. The second is a startup looking for an investment or an opportunity looking for an investment, and there's an exhaustive list of questions that we ask. We have certain criteria that we want the business opportunity to meet. They need to be doing revenues of over 1 crore every year. They have to show us their path to profitability. We have to have innate confidence on the founder. When they meet these three things, they can answer all the questions, and our team will reach out to them within a week whether we want to invest or not. So we are sort of like a very expedited and clean process, where we're very transparent with both investors and startup whether we want to proceed, move ahead or not. And they can always reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm quite active on LinkedIn, and me or someone from our team will immediately get back to them.
Oh, that's good to hear, because one of the complaints from founders is it's very difficult to reach out to investors, right? So somebody like you is managing wealth and also has a component of where you work with the VCs, and if you're approachable, that's music to the the ears of founders.
Thank you so much.
Which is really good. So what's the vision for Leo going forward? What are you looking at from, let's say, 5 years from now?
In the next 3 years, Major, we want to open 5 chapters in India. So right now we're operating, we've established a very strong presence in Hyderabad. So as of August 12th, at the Indian Startup Festival, we've started our Bangalore chapter, and we have been taking membership requests and startup requests from Bangalore also. So our path is to move to Indore, Mumbai and Delhi. So that then we'll have 5 locations in India, and the first international location we're planning to do it in London. So we're getting a lot of interest from NRIs from UK and US specifically, where they've already amassed their wealth in different industries there, and they're looking to diversify and invest in India. So there's been a lot of interest from them. So we're catering to all of those needs, because previously, maybe 20 years back, their best bet would have been land.
Yes.
But now that 1 acre of land in Hyderabad is costing 100.75 crores, it's not reasonable that you will get your return on investment quickly. So people with the holding capacity of about 3 to 5 years, startups or business opportunities are a great bet, especially because your investment amount is lower, on the lower end of the spectrum, with about 5 lakhs. And we don't allow investors directly to put the 5 lakhs in the company anyway. We aggregate about 10 to 15 investors, and we put anywhere from 50 lakhs to 75 lakhs in the company. That way we have all the investors' interests protected, and you're representing not one person, you're representing 100 people, right? So that way we command that sort of presence on the cap table of the company as well.
You said Indore and Tier 2 cities also you're looking at.
Yes.
What's driving you towards Tier 2? Why I ask this question is,
Yes.
when you talk about startups, right?
Yes.
Typically it is Hyderabad, Bangalore, the NCR region, Mumbai, but we also see, as MyStartuptv has been going out on the ground, we see there's a huge rush and push demand from Tier 2 cities like Mohnish Yerra or Indore. What's your take on it?
The innate aspirational value of people living in Tier 2 cities is equal to people living in a Tier 1 or much higher. So people in those cities, they don't have the different spending avenues like we have in a tier 1 city. But people in tier 2 in fact are earning a lot of money, like the doctors, like the automotive dealership owners, or the real estate personnel in these tier 2 cities. They're earning a lot of money, the construction folk, the people who are software employees, and for them there is an innate need to become someone. So they have that level of aspirational value. So I definitely think that there'll be a great target market for, they'll be the perfect audience for you.
Somebody said this, they said there's a demand, they have the money.
Yes.
As compared to the urban folks, right? So
Absolutely.
So that's where it is. Tier 2 cities have the money, just that they're looking for opportunity to put the money.
Absolutely.
Mohnish comes from a business family. You could have taken, easy thing for you would have been, get into your, family business.
Yes.
Why start something different? What is that driving you?
I think that the biggest purpose in my life is to leave behind a legacy. I think in 100 years from now, I want people to look back and think that, Mohnish has done something cool, or he's actually come out of his comfort zone and tried something new, and he's paved the path for, let's say, 10,000 jobs and built multiple businesses and created that level of impact in the business ecosystem. I think that to me would be a great honor if I'm able to complete that and accomplish that in the business society. Of course, I have very, very good and highly qualified mentors who've been supporting me on this journey, and I've been learning so much from them. That also being said, I've had great support from our family. I think our businesses have been professionally run for the last 25 years or so. So even if I am there, I might not add as much value as the existing personnel. So it's a very exciting journey, Major. I think I'm someone who's very, very curious. I didn't want to be in the same business 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. So now that I'm a startup investor, we've started our family office. It's called MyCap Investments, Mohnish Yerra Capital Investments. And over the last 3 years, we've invested in 18 different business opportunities. So every day I'm working on a different company. Every day I'm adding value to a different company. Every day I'm solving a problem that someone else is not able to solve, which gives me a great sense of accomplishment and makes my day very, very exciting.
You said you are 29, just
turned 29.
Just turned 29.
Yes.
And the journey that you have done in the last 29 years, especially the last 5-6 years,
yes,
is amazing.
Thank you.
And I wish and I hope to see you on 30 under 30 leadership segment.
Thank you so
Many
much.
congratulations and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Major. Thank you for your time today.
To stay informed about the startup ecosystem, subscribe to My Startup TV.